people who have a very good imagination, people who are high hypnotizable. You place them in that situation, you give them the lead, the cue, and they go on. If you take the time to really go and check, most of the time you'll realize that it's pure fantasy, it's pure make-believes. But subjectively, it may certainly appear to be real. And if it does for a prior life, imagine what it does if I regress you to a moment of, for example, a crime. It will have the same subjective reality for you. And that's where sometimes hypnosis can be dangerous.
There was a case about, it must be 10 years ago. A woman was working at a McDonald's drive-thru on the window quite late at night. She was robbed at gunpoint by a gray van. That's all she remembered. And she was totally in shock, couldn't remember anything about it. There was 2 guys in it. So I worked with the police. They brought her around, put her in a trance, regressed her to that night, and backed her up in time to the order just before this one came through. She said, what did they order? She can immediately say, 2 Big Macs, large fries, rattles it off. How much was it? Bang, gives the total instantly. Okay, now the van is approaching. I want you to slow the movie down and watch it pull up to the window. So she does that. She now gives a better description of the 2 guys, what they ordered before they pulled the gun. Then the van drives away across the parking lot in the dark. I said, freeze frame the van. I want you to imagine that it just stops on the other side of the parking lot. Okay. Can you see the license plate? No, it's too far away. Okay. You ever see in a movie when they zoom in? Yeah, of course you have. Everybody's seen that. Zoom in on the license plate. I can't. Pretend you can. And then pretend you're not pretending anymore. Okay, the license plate's there, but it's too dark to see it. Okay, I want you to just turn up the brightness of the picture until it becomes visible. She rattles off the license plate. The detective writes it all down. And she was out by 1 or 2 digits, but she had 70% of this thing correct from across a dark parking lot, in shock.
It seems in this case that hypnosis was a powerful tool used to help remember a crime. But it's not always easy to determine the accuracy of information received in this way.
I have an exact same story where someone was a victim of a hit and run. And he gets hypnotized by the police hypno investigator. And the person says, well, I can't see the license plate because there's mud on it. Well, the hypnotist says, that's okay. Your subconscious mind can do amazing things. Why don't you take a cloth and clean it up and then tell me the number? That's exactly what the witness did. He just cleaned it and spit out the number. Well, obviously, we're dealing in fantasy. And that's why we have to be very, very careful about that.